Hi everybody, Kat here. So it's a brand new year, so Happy New Year. It is 2020 and I wanted to start off by talking about one of my favorite things, and that is airbrush makeup. If you remember the last video I did, I talked about the Dinair One. Now, this little unit, still my favorite airbrush system right now. This has proven to be one of the very best things that I have actually purchased. Now, talking about the Dinair One today, I'm going to partner it up with the new Velvet line. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned. When I actually got my order in, this is what it looked like. I got a nice clear makeup bag. I got all the product inside. Everything was individually packaged, which is nice because if anything were to happen during shipping, well, guess what? Nothing else is going to get messed up, and that's what I like. Packaged very well, nice kit. You're able to pick your own color combinations. It is a nice system to purchase. The airbrush itself is nice and small and compact. I love the way it looks. Mine actually came with the JX airbrush. Now, if you look at the body of this, you can see Dinair is clearly embossed. And if you flip it around, it's also embossed on the other side. This is really nice because all parts move on this unit. I can move the airbrush, I can move the body, and it's all due to that quick disconnect. So I want to stay focused on the quick disconnect for just a second. I love them because for the simple reason, if anything goes wrong with your airbrush, you can simply pop it off, have another one ready, pop it back on, and you're ready to go. And that could be for several reasons. Maybe you have dry tip, or it could be something else, but super nice to have. Now the other thing, in the front you have your button to turn it on, in the back your port to actually charge the unit. The shape of the body is really nice as well. A lot of you will hold this differently based on what your preference is. You may hold it like this, using your third or your second finger to turn the unit on or off. Some people will actually let it dangle. So everyone's going to hold this probably a little bit differently. But the nice thing, again, it just kind of fits into the curvature of your hand. You can twist it. That may be yet a better feel. And then the button being in the back, you would probably use your thumb to turn it on and off with. So there is yet another way to hold it. You can turn it one more time, and this may feel comfortable in your hand. I don't know, sometimes I'm all over the place with how I hold it, but you can use your thumb right here to turn it on and off with, and it works really well. For charging, so simple. When you actually have this connected to your airbrush, if the charger is red, simply means that your unit needs to be charged. Once it's charged, you will actually see the light indicator turn green, which means you are fully charged and ready to go. So let's go ahead and look at the velvet. This is actually honey beige. It is not my color. I'm actually a blend. And this is actually olive beige, but this is a neutralizer. And I kind of want to show you the difference with the fluidity test that I like to do on all the makeups that I try. So let's go ahead and start with the velvet. So as the saying goes, let's rock those BBs and let's make sure this makeup is mixed very well. Now this is my fluidity test. I like to check to see how thick the makeup actually is. It's going to tell me a lot, even to the point of how it's going to flow out of my airbrush. But with the velvet, it has a good consistency. You can tell that there's a good amount of makeup medium in here, and it flows very nicely. Not too thin, not too thick, but it moves. And for me, I think, again, they took the best of their best and put it all together. Now, the neutralizer is going to move a little bit faster on my arm. You're going to see me put a drop, and it's going to move faster, but there's a reason for that. With a neutralizer, you don't need it to be as thick because you're just neutralizing the discolorations on your skin. So I'm going to go ahead and just shake this up a little bit, and I'm going to use my face exercise sheet from Dinair to do a little bit of a spray test for you. Now, as you can remember, one clip back, we saw the fluidity of the makeup. The velvet's a little bit thicker, and it works really well. When I show you this, it's all in lever control. So if you are able to control the lever when you spray, then you're going to get exactly what you want, because with airbrushing, that's what you do. You build it in layers. You never just pull it straight back and just put all of it on your face at one time. To get a flawless finish, you want to make sure that you do it in layers. So you can see right here at the top how light that is. Okay, this is a honey beige, so it's darker, I promise you. But because of that lever control, when I'm pulling it back, I'm getting a very, very light cover. Now that's just 2 passes there on the cheek. Again, very light. And I'm going to build upon that. But I also want to show you with the Dinair One, precision control is so great with this. So I'm doing these little dots for you, and I'm a little bit closer to the paper, so it's going to look wet. But I just want to show you how you can just expand and make that grow. I love the Dinair One. Again, it just works really well for me. And by the way, this unit has not been charged for the 3 days. So I'm spraying at 3 day. Now you see here, and I'm sorry, I'm jumping back and forth, but you see here with the colors, with the layers, how it gets darker and darker. And that's what you want to do. You want to build up on your layers. So even though this is honey beige, and it's not exactly my color, I want to go ahead and just cover this little teeny spot for you. And as you can see, it's slowly going to go away. And just like that, boom, it's gone. So that pretty much wraps it up for me for today. Again, Dinair One is my choice. I've been using it for a while now, and I have to say it is my favorite still. And then the Velvet line, really enjoying the Velvet line equally. Now, Dinair has so many different choices for makeup, and again, because their formulas are very unique to Dinair, they took the best of the best, I think, of their lines. It's just my opinion. I don't know, because guess what? Their formulations are theirs, and it is proprietary, which means it's a secret. So I don't know, but I feel like, again, I feel like they took a combination of the best and put it together to create the Velvet, to give us yet another choice. And that's the thing I like about Dinair. Dinair has so many different choices, from colors to, formulations on your foundations, whether your skin is dry, or maybe you have a more mature skin, or maybe you just want sheer coverage, whatever it may be. They just have a lot of choices, and I've talked about this many times. Now, I have tried a lot of different airbrush makeups and systems, and Dinair is always my staple. I'm probably never going to get away from Dinair. And again, they're not paying me to say that. It's just actually the truth. Their makeup lasts all day. It's great. I never have any problems with it. I always make sure that my face is hydrated, because hydration is super important. But when you're using a water-based makeup, you also want to make sure that you're using a water-based what? Moisturizer, because those two are a happy marriage. If you use an oil base with a water base, yeah, they're not going to like each other, so don't do that. But if you want to get more information, you can always call Dinair. You can check out the other bloggers. There's plenty of bloggers who talk about airbrush makeup. I have some favorites that I'm going to list in my link for you. They are what I consider my airbrush friends, so check them out because they're awesome as well. But anyway, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.